And even as we said the sacred divine names, a most beautiful and brilliant energy has made its sacred presence known. And this sacred energy that begins to move as the divine presence comes as the divine feminine aspect of God. So simply breathe each and every holy, sacred in-breath and out-breath in the remembering that we breathe the breath of Brahma. We breathe the breath of God. And as this sacred holy in-breath and out-breath continues to amplify the great white light of the highest realms of light that holds all the sacred rays and colors, that holds the great diversity and expressions of the divine that is boundless, but yet all one, integrated one into the other. We breathe this divine sacred knowledge and wisdom in, and we breathe it out to the world. And as we sense and feel this divine presence that brings great peace of the Ose Shalom, it is the peace that comes from the higher worlds. And it brings forth the Shalometh Shalom. It is the peace that surpasses all human understanding. For to move into this sacred presence requires the path of unconditional love and a limitless light. And so we take our positions as we move forward on our path of light, even in the midst of darkness, in the midst of chaos, and in the midst of all the challenges that the physical, mental, and emotional world holds, we can nonetheless bring forth into greater measure our path of light. And as we do, we bring forth the higher parts of ourselves like a great and wonderful umbrella of light that guides and protects you through the chaos, through the pain, through the challenges and the concerns and the fears that are ever being amplified upon the sacred planet. That you truly can be able to clearly and definitively walk the path of light, that the beckoning of your own individual and the collective soul of humanity beckons to pierce through the illusion and the delusion and to come into a homeostasis of which you are most comfortable in joy and in peace. And it is in that frequency that you hold, that you can amplify, and that you can anchor onto this physical, mental, and emotional world. For beloveds, it is within you, and the secret is the key to open it and allow it to consume you and to hold you and embrace you. And so we all together now, as great legions of light, and the divine mother comes as a mantle of unconditional love, preparing a sacred space in this eternal now, where all the concerns and all the issues and dynamics of the emotional body in a physical emotional world can simply be at bay at this time. And that walking this path that can sometimes be lonely and challenging and hard. The divine Esri Umpalti Ata Yodhe Vodhe was given because you, beloveds, are not and have never been alone in this great world of delusion and illusion, the world of Maya, which the Divine Mother has shared that it is like being in a vat of molasses. It is that thick, this illusion upon this creation. And simply we say to you, beloveds, that you can even walk on a path moving towards light and love, that we applaud you, beloveds, for we understand the path has not and continues to be not easy. But also we say to you, beloveds, that you hold within you the greatest treasure. And the greatest treasure is that you hold the similitude and the image of the divine. And this is a great cosmic secret known by many, but wants to be hidden from you. But your light and all that you have done to take your steps, even if you have fallen off, even if you had veered off with the distractions, the illusions and the delusions of a physical, mental, and emotional world in a density so thick to hold that illusion in place, that you pierce through all of that, for you hold the great treasure. For you are a great and grand and mighty creator. It is, beloved, your birthright. For you come in your true identity from the highest realms of light. And in the myriad and myriad and myriad of worlds, all that you, beloveds, here could have chosen to be on much elevated frequencies of expressions of the divine, you have chosen to be in this world of density, in this world of polarity, this world of division. And you are here, beloveds, which is why this treasure for you is to be open greater, is that it is the unconditional love that you hold, your capacity to hold light has brought you in service to the divine, has brought you in service to your Earth Mother. And even as you wear the body of Earth, your true essence is that of the highest worlds of light. And for many, you have done this before. And it is your beautiful light, your magnificent light, and your boundless compassion and unconditional love that moves you to serve, that moves you to assist and to help. And so It is your truest, greatest joy. On the soul level, there is such great joy. And as the higher parts of yourself in the interconnectedness with the boundless families of light that cheer you on and applaud you and lift you up, and love pours down. Esri Umpalti, for you are never alone. And if the delusion and the great illusion of Maya ever comes in to bring in the falsity that somehow you are alone and are feeling lonely, we tell you, beloveds, this is not the case. For we acknowledge you and we know your tone. We know your colors. We know your geometries, and we know your heart's dreaming. We know your love and passion of the soul pulse that beckons you on, even when at times you feel you can't, but yet you find it in you to continue to move on. And as you do, we understand your sacred journey and we applaud you and we want to buoy you up. And so we tell you, beloveds, that as you have been preparing for a long time to be able to move through the challenges, move through the sense of loneliness, move through that path where you see no others, as you have been true to your soul pulse, as you have heard the beckoning call of the divine to move and come forward, for you to be in your fullness as to why you are here upon this sacred earth. And that all of your powers, all of your cosmic memories become back online. For beloveds, your great work is upon you. And each and every stride that you have made on this has prepared you for the times to come. And that you can move forward in this world without fear, that you can move forward in this world of always being aware that you are never alone, and you hold a family of light within you and around you, that you can be that beacon in a world of chaos and fear, that you have walked this path for purpose and for meaning. And as you have touched so many along your path, you are getting ready to touch so many others. And as you are here to serve others, beloveds, know that the myriad of the families of light are here to serve you. So we ask you now to breathe with us the sacred in-breath and out-breath of this divine presence that moves as the divine feminine, the divine mother, the creator. As we now together recreate a world of perfect balance, a world of peace, a world of wholeness and of joy. Let us all breathe together in these moments here now, as the divine presence moves in and through all of us collectively into every fiber and expression of our being, from the macro to the micro, to the infinite star, to the very electron spin of your energy. Breathe with intention. And now, see clearly in your spiritual eye this path of light that you have been on for many incarnations upon this world. It is a very specific path of light, and it is narrow. It is your path. And as you walk this path of light, you see a great radiant being of light. And this being of light is in front of a door. It is a magnificent door. It is an ancient door. And right now, you simply come within the presence of this divine, radiant one. You breathe in the sacred, holy in-breath and out-breath as you begin to merge with this being's loving energy of light and unconditional love. And in this sacred symbol, the door behind this radiant light will be your next steps as you continue to walk your path, as you become more aware and secure in the higher parts of yourselves that come to you and will continue to come to you, that you will be able to recognize and understand this sacred language, this sacred communication of the higher worlds and the higher parts of yourself. For you hold the sacred treasure. You hold the image of the divine. And it is now being activated in greater measure for you personally and collectively to do the great divine work, your purpose, why you are here in this now. And as there is this great communion and exchange of energy, of this divine communion of this most radiant one that will assist you as time goes on upon your path of light upon the earth. See now you holding the precious, holy earth in your hands. As a great Elohim, you hold her. You see her in all 7 expressions. You see her from the perspective of the cosmos and her sacred position in the boundlessness of all creation, but so sacred, so important to all creation. And so you hold her, even as the energetic exchange between you and the Radiant One. You hold her between the Radiant One and yourself. And in this exchange of divine energies, this sacred communion, as you hold her, As the divine sacred codes of the upper worlds move in through you, as it moves in through the sacred earth, as she brings her codes, her communication to you, and you through her to the divine radiant one, a divine and sacred trinity, a divine commitment and purpose. And as you gaze upon her, as you feel her, as you know her and sense her, you send your unconditional love and your limitless light to her as she responds. And so the things that she must go through can be lessened, can be healed through this love for her that the children of light upon the earth have not forgotten. And we are here and chose to be here because of her. And it is in this great illumination and remembering that we open our treasure, our great light, and our unconditional love to her for her healing, for her strength, and for all the life that she holds. That the great locks now become unlocked as we hold the sacred holy keys. And we breathe and hold our positions as this loving exchange of the divine presence moves, bringing great illumination, breaking the bonds of restrictions and constrictions, piercing through the illusions and the delusions, healing the miscreations and the misthoughts, removing and breaking down the blockages, freeing the great grids of light, seeing the Christ divine Maitreya moving in and through the great thought forms of the higher worlds to the physical, mental, and emotional world. And we hold our positions a bit longer as this sacred exchange continues. And we are grateful that as we experience this exchange of this trinity of light, where this boundless eternal love, the alchemy of all healing, courses through our own physical, mental, and emotional bodies, releasing bondages, releasing blockages, as we are graced and blessed for this healing for ourselves as well. And as we hold this great loving exchange, we bring to mind all life upon the earth. We bring to mind her mighty kingdoms of the mineral, the plant, the animal, and especially the human kingdom, that minds can be free and hearts healed. that the governance of this sacred planet is in the hands of the family of light, and all that is not of that can come to the light or it must leave. For the children of light are here. And as our love pours to our Earth Mother, so too her love pours to us. And all of her codes and our codes and the codes of the Radiant One intermingle into a great and grand alchemy of great light and love that brings forth the higher guidance, the higher wisdom, and divine protection. So we move into the sacred world of our Earth Mother with power, with fearlessness, and with the higher guidance and wisdom. And as we could seemingly just stay in this eternal now forever, we know that we have much to do. And so we are grateful for this blessing that has come to us from the Divine Mother, from the very presence and movement of the Divine. We acknowledge the Radiant One that stands before us as we have our sacred Earth Mother in the middle. And we take note of the door behind the Radiant One, that door is to be opened at the divinely appointed time as we continue our steps forward upon our path of light and unconditional love. We are grateful for a great healing that has taken place for the earth and for ourselves. We are grateful that all things that must make movement and change can be done in a way less challenging. And now the thought of the return comes. And with that, we begin to see that all who have participated in this draws in their electromagnetic field as we begin to draw in others, as we see the fading of our Earth Mother between the Radiant One and ourselves, but forever connected in this experience, and to be played out as time moves on. And easily and gracefully, we draw in our electromagnetic field to where we will be back in our physical bodies fully and totally, even as our great work continues when we sleep. And on the count of 3, we will be back awake, alert, and we will be very grounded as we hold grateful hearts for this great blessing and our ability to participate. As we close with Esri Umpalti Ata Yod He Vod He, we are never, ever alone. And on the count of 3, we will be back, awake, alert, and grounded. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3. We are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.